guys. Welcome to August 2023. This is my monthly forecast for you. So let's start out by this. I want you to answer me this. How often do you do what you think is the right thing to do? I'll think about that for a second. How often do you do what you think is the right thing to do? I feel that this month, August of 2023, is the best time for us to revisit, or maybe to remind you to stop doing what you think is the right thing to do already. Now, that might sound a little bit controversial to some, right? Every time we sacrifice what we feel we want to do for what we think we should do, we derail ourselves from the best path for us. So when we do the right thing, we are wearing a big baggy pair of people pleaser pants. And trust me when I tell you, I wore them a long time. It is not a good look. Okay, let me help you take them off. August is a 6 universal month in a 7 universal year. So what does that even mean for you? Well, the 6 energy from August is going to be bringing on a bigger focus on family. And that can be your work family, that can be your personal family. And it's all about your responsibility to it or within it. Okay, so the 7, which comes from 2023, causes you to be thinking about your role within the family units. So when we think we are doing the right thing, we're making decisions from our heads, okay, or from the mental space, not from our heart space. When we make decisions based on how we feel, we're actually making heartfelt decisions. And those are ones that we can count on. Those are the ones that don't leave us second guessing. But many of us are habitual people pleasers, or maybe you're a recovering people pleaser like me. And we continue to make decisions that will make everyone else happy. But how's that working for you? When we take on the role of people pleaser, we're creating a no-win situation for ourselves. That is the truth. We are creating a no-win situation for ourselves. We think we win. We fool ourselves. We think we win when we avoid confrontation by doing what everyone else wants. We're just going to play it low. We're not going to cause any confrontation. So we think we win. But had you considered that you may have chosen to be manipulated by the person you feel you need to please, right? And then they win. So let me share a little story about myself. So in 1979, I was making plans to leave my home in Ontario to move to Nova Scotia. My bags were packed, and trust me when I tell you, I was ready to go. I was all done. I wanted out. I was just 20 years old. I was fresh out of school. And God forbid, I was leaving with my much older boyfriend. Now, come on, the horrors of that, right? Oh my goodness, so much drama around that. But it's not like I was leaving in a shaggin' wagon, like one of those old VW love bugs or anything. I was just leaving home, right? Natural thing for someone to do once they're, done school. Anyway, my mom cleverly played what I call the guilt card. And I found myself quickly married off. What the heck? Whoever said anything about getting married? I just wanted to move out and experience something new. Anyway, did I want to get married? Hell no. Did I feel it was the right thing to do? Hell no. Did I think it was the right thing to do? Hell yes. Right? What? So let me explain. My mom had been going through a really severe depression. It was pretty rough for a while. One of the reasons why I wanted out, to be honest, at 20 years old. Me leaving home wasn't making her journey any easier. I get that. But when she suggested that it would be a lot more cost efficient and less stressful on her for us to get married before we left, I caved and I did what I thought was the right thing. I did what I thought was the right thing to do. After all, I thought I was saving my mom. So, of course, I had to do the right thing. I wasn't making a heartfelt decision here. I knew it was not the right thing to do. I did it because I thought it was the right thing to do. 5 years later, my marriage ended in divorce. For the record, my ex-husband was an amazing man, still is to this day. And did I mention we have an amazing son as a result of that marriage? All good. But this is just one example of what can happen when we choose to do the right thing by putting someone else's needs ahead of our own. Okay. I didn't know that my mom's hidden agenda included saving herself from the embarrassment that she would feel as a result of me leaving home unmarried. I didn't know that until a few years ago. My decision was based on tapping into her excitement. I saw her lift out of her depression I saw joy. I saw excitement, something I hadn't seen in her in a very long time when she suggested that we get married. And there was a part of me that thought, I have to do the right thing. She's been so depressed and this is going to lift her out of her depression. Kind of naive back then, right? But I made that decision based on not what I felt was the right thing to do, but what I thought was the right thing to do, right? So I put my people pleaser pants on to save her from her depression. Now I want to say, just for the record, people pleaser pants and wedding dresses, they just don't mix. That was a fashion statement that never caught on. I don't quite understand why. Anyway, August it's of 2023 is going to be encouraging you to make choices on how you interact with your family. You can continue to choose. It's always about choice, right? You can choose to do things for your family based on thinking that it's the right thing to do. Okay. Or let's take a look at it this way. You can make decisions that feel right for you. Okay. So let's talk about how you can better navigate August of 2023 with all that in mind. First of all, stop using the word think. It never ends well. As soon as you say, I think, stop for a second, because it's not going to end well for you. Tap into how you feel. Get used to expressing how you feel, right? That's super important. Before you step in, because you think it's the right thing to do, ask yourself why you think you're the only one who can do it. Why can't someone else step in? Why does it have to be you? If you are a people pleaser, I want you to explore where your sense of self-worth is lacking. The reason we step it up to be the people pleaser is because we don't feel good enough, right? So we over-deliver. The sixth vibration, that's what we're going to be experiencing in August 2023, is going to be encouraging us to step up and be of service, especially to our families. Totally okay if that's in alignment with what you feel you want to do. But we want to make sure that you're not falling into a trap of servitude, right? Sometimes we can take it to the extreme. While being of service, we actually become slaves and we become of servitude to our families. And that's just not healthy, right? So we all have a need to be of service. I get that, but we need to be careful not to measure our self-worth based upon how much we can give. That's a really common thing with people pleasers. Sixth vibration often brings in a need for perfection as well. So how big of a deal is it really to be perfect anyways? You know, how long are you willing to play that role? How are you going to live and die on that hill? Is it really all that important? August is going to be about you taking a step back. Get used to saying I feel rather than saying I think. And I promise you, you'll always walk the path that is best for you because you're making choices that feel right for you. You're making heart-driven choices. Okay. So let's quickly, before we wrap this up, look at how does the universal year of 2023 play a role in this month of August, that sixth universal month. So 2023, remember, is a 7 universal year. This is the head case year, okay? This is the year where it's difficult for us to make clear decisions. We don't have all the answers yet, and we're making them from our heads. Wait until October, November of this year before you make any big decisions. You're too invested in your head to make big decisions right now. Our goal this year in 2023 is to get centered in our hearts so that we can really make heartfelt decisions that we can feel certain about. This sub-influence is what I call it of the 7 universal year in the 6th vibration of August is going to be asking you to think about your role in your family. How do you feel about your role in your family? Have you been used? Have you set yourself up to be used? Remember, we're always teaching people how to treat us. What's going on with that? What behavior can you change so that you can finally rip off those people pleaser pants once and for all? Remember, they're not a good look, right? So I hope this has given you something to think about, something to ponder for the month of August. Maybe it's time for us to get together to talk about your role in your family, maybe your work family, maybe your personal family. I invite you to check out my new series, brand new series. I've just opened it up this month of soul signature readings. This is taking a much deeper dive than I've ever done in your numerology readings before. So I want you to check them out. And let's just find out what the heck you're here for, right? What did you sign up for? And if you're going through some challenging cycles, when the heck are they going to end, right? So you can check them out on my website, AnnePerryNumerologist.com. But until next time, I'm just hoping that you are creating your best day ever. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye for now.